so that they can see that I'm using the VR headset. Now, when I'm playing this, I mean, I'm not seeing, the full screen there. Basically, I'm seeing, okay, if I turn my head to the left, I'm seeing about halfway from the ship icon here all the way over. If I look in the center, I'm seeing the majority of this, and I can pan back and forth a little bit. I have to intentionally look to the right to see the dialog box and the video stream connection on the left-hand side. But, okay. Now I'm going to show you see if you can see this. I mean, as I pan back and forth across. You can see the headset shows me about 90% of what's there on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see more what's actually on the screen. Maybe it's a second bit so that. Okay. Now I've got a couple of dozen hours into this so far. I played about 8 hours on Tuesday when I got this. I played about 14 hours on it yesterday. I mean, all in VR. Okay. Over here, beside me, there's a big golden nugget that I've been mining. Now, this nugget is really nice in the fact that it goes all the way down to bedrock. And I mean, with the planet here, I've got to be careful not to fall in the pit that I've dug around the headset. Now, if you want to send me a comment, you're going to need to do it inside the YouTube live stream because I can't see the Periscope broadcast. I mean, being that I've got my head in the VR headset. Let's see. You can see that the detail on here is fine enough that I can sit there and home into all of these small items. Like there's this tiny little dot there that on my headset is about 6 pixels. Okay, life support's down to 10%, so I need to go over here, dump some more power into my life support. Let's see, I think I was using plutonium. Okay, those are all charged. Some plutonium for the booster. Recharge the weapons. Recharge my mining laser. Ooh, sentinels. These guys are a pain in the backside. They've killed me 4 times so far. You've got to be very careful when you're mining to not, antagonize those guys if you're mining organics, or if you're just mining crystals and stuff. They are, they'll come investigate and attack you if you keep doing it while they're there. So what you do is you mine a little bit, you stop, let them investigate. Preferably you'll mine something while they're, across the field. So that rather than standing way up close like I am here, I'll go mine something like that crystal over there. Can't quite reach that far. But if I go and mine that, I'm almost certain that the sentinel will come investigate. There's a big crystal. There's 8. A little more over here. Yeah, the pixel density is high enough here that I really don't see any screen door effect. I'm actually rather surprised that the sentinels are leaving me alone at the moment. Oh, there we go. So stop and investigate. If he starts turning red, I'll go ahead and let him scan. Okay, let's go back to mining this rock. Want to fill my ship with gold again. That's how I paid for my current ship. Okay, what you want to do is you want to, when you're starting off, so many people go exploring, they automatically say, okay, I'm going to set off to the center of the galaxy, or I'm going to spend a lot of time exploring and seeing how many creatures I can find. And they don't pay any attention to how are you going to finance your expedition. So spend some time doing a little bit of mining, buy a better ship, do some exploring and get upgrades to your suit. You'll find drop pods all the time on the scattered across the planet. What you do is the drop pod, each time you find a new one, it'll allow you to buy an extra slot for your suit. So if I push the touchpad here, you can see that I've had a number of expansions of my suit. I've gotten 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because originally, it was just going like 8 or 10. I think originally it was just like 8 slots. Now I'm up to 20. I need to find some way of turning down the sensitivity of the controller here. Now you can see here, this shard actually goes all the way down to the bedrock, which is way down there. And you can see that the surface of the planet is maybe, 50 to 100 meters deep. From your lowest level, down to bedrock. And you can see that, down there, that's bedrock. This is a little bit of covering over that. But that is as deep as you can get. That's the bottom of the world. There are places where the world gets deeper because of canyons or stuff like that, but from the top surface, looking from, say, here down to there, that's as deep as this gets. Now you can technically sort of excavate a base. Oh, Sentinel's down there. Be careful, don't step off. I want to break my neck falling into the hole. I want to mine as much of this rock out as I can. Okay. Time to add more plutonium to my life support. So I eat plutonium. And so far I've gotten about, 3,000 gold out of this, or 2 to 3,000 gold in it. At about, the price range between 215 and 275 per unit. So a stack is usually worth about 110,000. A stack of 500 in a ship. The ship, each stack will be 500. In your backpack, the stacks are only 250. Now this particular shard, I can't just sit here and blast away at the center. Okay, I've got to recharge my weapon. And basically what I'm doing is, my goal is to take all the cargo that's in my ship and convert all of this plutonium and gold and plutonium and carbon and stuff into the gold. So all of these slots here, I want to eventually transfer all of this into gold. So as I mine away, I'll use up, some of the plutonium and the thorium and the carbon, which are the isotope elements that you use for powering all of your equipment. And you can see these stacks here are 500 units, and a stack of gold is 110,000 credits. 220 per. Where here, these stacks are only of 250. I can't get as much. Inventory on my personal backpack. So what I do is I keep all of the short stacks, all of the stacks where the elements are less than I mean, less than 250 on my person. I mean, so that I'm maximizing the slots, and then I'm transferring those into the ship. I mean, when the stacks fill up, so that the stacks in the ship are all more than 250. I mean, there's some like aluminum and stuff that's only a little bit more. But I mean, I want to fill it with the stacks of gold. That sentinel getting away. Looks like I almost shot a sentinel. He was getting around down where he's not supposed to be. And you've got to be careful about mining that. I mean, these sentinels will fly into your beam and then start attacking. And I cannot shoot straight down. So all I can do is move across the rim and take it at an angle like I am here. And so what I'm doing is, if I shoot straight at, the center part of this pillar, it's not letting me, mine it, because it's just too thick. I basically got to shoot at an angle, off the edge. So I'm carving slices, off the edge of this spike. Some of these like this, entire string and not a single chunk. So I'm trying to find the truth. It's like the central core, is of a gold isotope. It's not quite, the same as the gold is minable, but it looks a lot like. And yes, there's a glitch in the world there. The panel that's not rendering. Life support. Continuing. Do my cleaning laser while I'm at it. Yeah, I fell in. Fortunately, I dug a way out of here earlier. Basically what I did was I used the plasma cannon to blast a spot where there were several steps leading up to the surface, so that I could count in small steps as I gradually climbed higher and higher. Scour the walls. A couple there. that's... Oh, this is the tunnel up. You can see that I blasted some some slope in here so that I could get back up to the surface. No. Okay. I've got to be careful that I don't fall out of the world. None of that's okay, I'm looking around over here, seeing if I can find my summit. We got one close by. Now I've got to take the headset off for a minute so I can give you something to drink. Here it is. Okay. Okay, so there we go. I can see chunks breaking off, but I'm not actually getting any nuggets. And we got one. I think I may have to give up here pretty soon. Ooh. That's not smart.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay. Make sure everything's stuffed up. Okay. Now just that little nugget there. It's probably 2 gold. Yep. Now, weapons upgrades and stuff on this mining laser upgrades do not bother yet because, I mean, no matter how big a chunk you're taking, I mean, you're basically getting a maximum of 1 or 2 chunks per cycle. And if you're blasting off bigger chunks, I mean, off of the headset, whether the chunks are big or small, they're all worth the same price. So that's, I mean, 2 gold. But if you're only getting, I mean, 2 chunks and taking a big bite or 2 chunks and taking small bites, you'll get a lot more small bites. So it's better to, I mean, not overpower your mining laser because you'll get less overall. I mean, it'll disappear faster, but the number of units in your inventory will actually be less. You can see that there was 2 chunks there. There's 2 chunks here. I mean, if you're getting more chunks at one time, it's because the 2s add up. 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 up to like 20 maximum, so that you can get, I mean, a total of 10 cycles per beam chart. But, I mean, if you're only getting 2 chunks per cycle, and you're taking big bites as opposed to small bites, it's better to take small bites. Okay, now that, yeah, I think I've got stripped about as much as I can off of here. I mean, I could sit here and whittle at this again. I'm going to try it. So yeah, I mean, I'm having to use the plasma cannon to break off these bigger chunks because this is just too hard. So these chunks need to be, I mean, this mining needs to be changed by volume, not by, not by cycle. Okay, let's get out of here and take the okay, that my backpack will regenerate a little bit. Okay.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
You can see I'm actually getting a lot of gold out of here.
Life support power low. Technology recharge. Weapon charge depleted. Weapon charge depleted. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
So I'm sitting there blasting away at it, and I'm not getting any gold. And I'm not going to do for me anything anymore. It's time for me to find another shepherd. Okay. Check inventory. So you transfer some of this to me. Free up another slot to dump gold in.
No free slots in ship inventory. No free slots in ship inventory.
Okay. So I've got about 700, 600,000, 660,000 in gold. And finding another gold nugget close by. There's one here. to make me a mining platform. Then I can make me a village up here.
Present charge depleted.
Okay. I'm going to start farming for some of this carbon.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Top off my life support.
Recharge.
I don't know if anyone is still watching on Periscope. Okay, 9 people. Yeah, if you want to talk to me, I mean, find the YouTube live stream that this is on, and you can, I mean, talk to me in the chat window here. Now, I mean, I'm showing that, I mean, I'm playing in VR, so I'm not actually looking at that monitor. I'm playing, I mean, using the headset here. Now, this is the VR02 headset from sharetronic.com. Let's turn this back over here so that you can see the screen. Wave to you here. Yeah, I mean, hello. I mean, if you want to find me on this stream here, I mean, look for me on my Google channel, which is, look for, more than Starhawk. It's the same, chat name as I've got on Twitch or on Periscope. And just look for that, name on YouTube, and you should, find the live stream in my video stream. And then you can join the chat there so that I can see you over here on the right-hand side of my screen. Now for those of you that came late, what I did was I turned the DHCP off. On the headset by going to settings and then system, and then going down to HDCP, which is the high definition copy protection. See that tiny little dot there? I can see that in this VR headset. It's just trying to get enough cursor. trying to get enough sensitivity out of this game pad. Now you can see the pistol actually goes down quite a ways. You should have seen the spike that I was mining earlier. Okay. Let's chop up the life support. Use up some of this carbon. Now the carbon goes, you go through the carbon a lot faster than you do with the plutonium. So let's top this off. So I guess there is some rating about power per unit. So the plutonium and the atomium-9, holds a lot more power per unit. Than the carbon, which makes sense. Carbon is very common, but it's also very important. I found out how to make suspension fluid, which is used for making, another layer of, let's talk a little bit about crafting. Okay. When you're doing crafting, there's basically two areas that you can craft in. One is a free slot in your ship, which will basically be components for your ships. Another is in a free slot for your suit. Now there's two ways to, two different crafting menus I can get. I can push the square, to get, craft products, that are for the ship. And one of these craft products is suspension fluid. This is using 50 carbon. With adding plutonium to the explosion suspension unit, I get electron vapor. Now this is used in creation of antimatter. So the antimatter is what you use for fueling your starship, for traveling between stars. I haven't found the antimatter blueprint yet. But this is going to be very useful because I can take all of this carbon and blueprint. Okay. And I can take all of the if I can find the components for making antimatter, I can craft my own starship fuel for traveling between the stars. And if I ever run into any players, a few weeks from now, if we ever congregate someplace, there's some talk about being able to scan for flame planets. Which supposedly will make it easier for finding people, finding other players. 2 gold there. 2 gold there. And there's just 2 gold in that tiny little nugget right there. One. And a lot of times it's 2. And the gold that's coming out is not based on the volume of the chunk that you're blowing off, but on it's either 1 or 2 units per count. So if you're doing something that's blowing off big chunks as opposed to small chunks, having a mining laser upgrade that allows you to take off big chunks is actually less profitable because there's less bytes that you're taking from the unit, so that the total number of units that you get are substantially less. Okay, let's see. Now this is just like the gold phone. Sometimes you'll get stuff on this. A lot of times you won't. Okay, I'm going to use the plasma cannon. Make me a little platform over here. So I could get over here closer to where this gold is at. And you can see that there's this gold stone up here. And other than scouring it off, it's really not going to do me any good. Not in big enough pieces. Okay, check my life support. Get it low. Get some carbon. Get some carbon. Recharge my tool. And you can see that took a big bite out of this. Now you can see that I'm way up here on this slope. My ship's over there. So this is basically gone. Now what I did was I pulsed my backpack so that I could gently lower myself. Yesterday I did some spelunking and I did some deep sea diving, and there is underwater holding your breath. Okay. Now let's take a look at what this spire is. It's probably going to be silicon. Okay, push down on L3 to do a scan. Okay. There's apparently a cave down there. Someplace it's got some some plutonium in it. So there's a bunch of chunkies there. Iridium 9. And you can see it says silicate. So yeah, I'm just going to top off these two stacks. Just my intel. My suit says that there's no free slots left. Or do I have an empty slot in my suit? Okay. Sorry, I wanted to look at my ship inventory.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay.
Technology recharge.
So now I've got a couple of free slots here. I'm going to go ahead and drop this because I want to keep the free slot for something more important. I mean, I've got two things of iridium and at 27.5 credits each. I mean, a full stack is 6,875. So it's not a great value. And it's also very common. This is probably also iridium. I'll take a look because sometimes I'll find other elements that look very similar. One time I found an aluminum. Okay, yeah, that's more iridium. So let's go over here. Let's get back in the ship. Let's go find someplace else to go in. No comments here. I hope the Periscope viewers are finding lots of interesting stuff here to play with. Oh. Now that can be interesting. Hoping it's a drop pod. Let's take a look. Okay. Climbing this spire sideways. Get over here to where my ship is. Oh, monolith. Cool. Another word. Then need to get closer. Community decorative roofer. Let's see. Seek help with language. Word for inference. Don't think that's going to be used a lot. A bit of plutonium as well. Okay, use the triangle to change between the, weapon types. Okay. Your plasma launcher is your left top button, left top trigger button, so it's L2. Let's see. I'm mining at a distance because if the sentinel decides to investigate, I don't want to be too close to the crystals. Because, it would give him a quicker opportunity to say, okay. There's someone doing something here and then decide to attack me. It's a plutonium. Now that big off-planet space station, that's the space station. It's up there behind that other moon. Now I'm on a rather large planet. I've named this planet Goldfinger because of all of these gold spikes. I mean all of these fingers of gold. That are dropping in. Now, small items like this, what I can do is I can just bash them, so that if I'm like out of ammo or stuff, I can just punch these. And the advantage of that is that the sentinels won't attack you if you're using blunt force, only if you're using energy. I can see the shadow of the sentinel over there. Doesn't look like he's investigating just yet, thankfully. Okay. There he goes. He's waiting for that big piece to disappear. Now he's over there investigating. Now he's going to come take a look at me because I'm the thing that's moving around in this area. Oh, I was far enough away that, his scan didn't connect me with what I was mining. Let's see, more plutonium over here. So plutonium is filled up. Yep, I've got a little bit. Oh, it's in the ship. Okay, so let's transfer a little bit of that to the ship. Update life support. Burn some more of this carbon. Oh, there's my launcher. We filled that with plutonium. This is what I need to get off the planet. Now the thaumium, runs the pulse engine, which is, used for traveling long distances. I can find it in some flowers, but it's mostly, it's very plentiful in asteroids, in space. Just about every asteroid. There's also, the really huge asteroids have also got an iron core. So that you can mine iron in space, but there's no point because there's plenty of iron and stuff that you can find on the planet. Okay. I think I better stop before this guy, gets pissed at me. Let's see, my ship icon's over there, so let's head over here. Let's see what's that. Oh, plaque. That is the monolith. Did it reset? Looks like it reset. Maybe I'll get another word from it. No. It's just telling me what it is. Okay. Now remember that gold spike that I mined out? I don't know. Maybe this is another one. Yeah, this is. I mean, when it's this. What the? Did I land on a cliff edge? What the heck? Where'd my ship go? Oh. Yeah. I landed on the edge of this ridge so that when I got out, it just dumped me down into the pit and I took a little bit of falling damage. Too far away. Let's see if this is also going to be another. Oh, I can go all the way through it. So this seems to be a nugget, not a spike. Now if I could just mine away the base like this, and then just take the entire spike and attach it to my ship. Yeah, so much, I mean, using this mining laser, it's like part of it's turned to vapor. Or most of it's turned to vapor. Okay.
Technology recharge.
Covering.
Technology recharge.
Yep. I used up all of that covering.
Technology recharge.
So I got another empty slot to fill with gold. Good. Yeah, the first trip I did with gold, I mean, I took the rookie ship, filled it with, like 9 stacks of gold. Got over 1 million credits for it, and then paid 1.4 million credits for another ship that I bought off a player. And then I later found a crashed ship on a planet that had 2 more slots than the one that I bought, so I traded over for that one. Sometimes you'll find crashed planets that are better than, or crashed ships that are better than the ship that you're buying or flying. Now you got to be very careful when you're dealing with stuff like that, because if you, trade over for a crash ship, and don't have the material to repair it to get it working again, you may get yourself stranded. Now, a smart person realizes that, okay, I can just trade back to the other ship. And if I find a crash ship when my inventory is full, I'll just trade back and forth, transferring cargo from one ship to another ship, because there's no automatic cargo transfer. When you're changing, ship size, it would be nice if it would, or if you can have multiple ships. What I'm thinking is, when it comes to the point where you've got, building stations and personal outposts on planets, they said that they enabled animal taming and farming, and eventually they're going to add base boats. I haven't been on a temperate planet that's good enough to actually consider doing any of that. But, so I'm mining to build up my cash resources to start a down payment and build up a stockpile of the basic resources that I'm going to need for doing production. I think after this spike, I'm going to go back to the space station, sell the gold. This will be my third major gold trip. This will give me a couple. And then I'll go back to my original plan, see if I can. I'm out of. Okay, let's see. Restore. So I've got no carbon on me, just gold, stacks of gold. Okay. This I'm going to just toss. Because, that's worth 12,375, and a stack of gold is worth 55,000. So the gold is a lot more profitable use of space. I'd say I've got each of my cables there. I need to plug my USB cable back in so that I get power, so that my headset doesn't run out of power. And forgive me a moment. To take up my own break, so I'm going to cover the camera for a second. Being disabled, I've got to make certain accommodations for my disability. My phone died. Oh, let's see. Change my life support. Charge my life support.
Life support power on.
Charge my weapons. Carbon.
Technology recharge.
I'm going to take this partial stack of carbon, transfer that into my inventory. So I can take 2 of these stacks of gold and transfer those over there. So that gives me more space here to mine. I'm going to go back to the ship for a minute, and I'm going to change the stream from YouTube to Twitch, because I'm not getting any viewers here. I mean, I've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes here, and I haven't had a single comment, single viewer. Now I need to exit the ship. Okay, restore point save. So now if it restarts the game, I mean, I'll be able to restore. So thanks a lot. Thanks for viewing. This is Roy from thenewsbubble.com and Eagle VR, showing the VR02 headset from sharetronic.com. I'm playing No Man's Sky in virtual reality. Thanks a lot. See you on the flip side.